everyone. I hope you're having a great Microsoft Ignite. I'm here with Ryan. I feel like we're besties. Maybe not, but we go way back.
We do go way back, yeah.
At least that's what he told his team. So I feel like there's a bestie thing going on. But coming full circle, how are you feeling about Microsoft Ignite?
Oh my gosh, it's awesome to be here. There's so much energy.
Yes.
There's so many people. It's just unbelievable to see the breadth and the depth of everything this company builds. It's really exciting. Glad to be here.
And speaking on that, so you just, transitioned into a new role, right? LinkedIn CEO and EVP of Microsoft Office and Copilot. So tell us a little bit about how your leadership and experience uniquely positions you to take Microsoft Copilot into the future.
Yeah, I mean, first off, many people don't know this, but LinkedIn is owned by Microsoft. So
yeah.
we've been part of the Microsoft family now for going on 9 years. Quite frankly, it's been one of the best things for LinkedIn to kind of be part of this larger company and grow. And, our mission at LinkedIn is to connect the world's professionals to make them more productive and successful. And I think we've done a really great job at connecting the world's professionals. There's 1.3 billion people on LinkedIn. 8 people join every second. But the second part, make them more productive and successful. We've done a really good job for like recruiters and some salespeople.
Right.
But the actual tools in the world that make the world's professionals more productive and successful are in Office, and it's remarkable to see that breadth and depth. So, when Satya Nadella and Rajesh Jha asked me to come, kind of work on both these things together, what motivated me was this through line that the mission that I cared about, which is why I worked at LinkedIn and kind of, grow LinkedIn, carries through onto the Office side as well. So it's been really exciting. And look, the truth in all of this is, if you think about the evolution of the future of work with AI, it's inextricably linked with an evolution of how professionals will do their job. So the connection between LinkedIn and Office are really strong. And I'm so excited to work more with people like you.
Yeah, I'm super excited as well. And you touched on people at the center, right? But right now we're hearing a lot about AI and technology. Can you talk to us a little bit about where the human part of that equation fits in?
I mean, without a doubt, the human part is the most important. And I think you hear a lot of people talk about this and, the importance of, being human. But I've actually seen from a product perspective some really cool ways that we're bringing that to life. So one of my favorite features right now, we recently launched that we're testing inside of Outlook. So, the Outlook mobile app, it's a great way to, send, receive email, et cetera. And so much of a professional's life happens inside of email. Historically, I think a lot of times we'd ask AI, maybe like draft an email back. I get an email from someone and draft a reply back. And in fact, if you just ask AI to do that, you're asking AI to make a lot of decisions because an email reply requires a lot of thought. What we've done now is we have Copilot actually work with you like a thought partner. So basically, you push this button in Outlook to reply to an email, and it starts asking you questions. Hey, Ryan, do you want to reply to that? Do you agree with what was said, or do you disagree? Do you think that we should do this or do that? It almost like works with you, almost interviewing you, and then takes the best of like who you are as a human and your thoughts and insights and understanding of nuance, leverages the best of AI to create like an amazing draft reply to the email, which saves time, but also leverages a lot of the human goodness, which is important for drafting an email like that. So I'm really excited about how we can continue to build products where AI works like a superpower or a thought partner for humans to help them be more productive and successful in their job.
Right. And I think that's really amazing in terms of like how AI can be your bestie, your co-pilot, right? Your bestie. Yeah. But talk to me a little bit about the people who feel maybe overwhelmed or who are hesitant to jump in with AI or have some looming fears. What advice do you have for those people?
So historically, when people talk about changes in the labor market, you go way back to like Industrial Revolution, et cetera. The story goes something like this. The world's going along, some technology happens, and then great productivity increases occur. What people often fail to talk about is this messy middle. It's like omitted usually from like the part of history where it's like, oh my gosh, some new technology comes on and it's like everything becomes uncertain. processes change, way of working changes, and there's a lot of uncertainty, job loss, changes in what you think you know how to do, upskilling, and it's messy. And we're seeing that right now, quite frankly, in the LinkedIn data, right, which is if you take the average job on LinkedIn, so the average job title, you're a marketing manager, a product manager, a sales rep, whatever it is, and the set of skills that are required to do that job, the past few years, the skills required to do the job have changed by 25%, and we expect they'll change by 70% by 2030. So, whether or not, whether you're changing your job is literally changing on you. Right. So there's a lot of fear and anxiety in that. And then I think a lot of, the younger generation, the folks right now that are, maybe graduating high school or in college, are looking at this and saying, what does the future labor market look like? Will there be jobs, et cetera? And it's a trying time. It's not an easy time to figure this out. We're in that messy middle. I typically will share, I have a daughter who's a sophomore in college. I have a daughter who's a senior in high school. And they're like, Dad, what do I do? And, I typically go back to 3 key pieces of advice. Number 1, learn the tools. Like that mental mindset of, okay, AI is a thing, it's here, and maybe I don't get it, but I'm going to put in the time and learn it. Try all the tools. Even if you don't like it, you throw it away. Just learn what these tools are all about.
Right.
Number 2, we just talked a little bit about it, but don't forget the human element. Empathy, compassion, judgment, and ability to have a conversation with someone else. Don't just rely on the technology. The human factor can be something that helps you stand out. And then most importantly, this next generation is a generation that really fundamentally in their core cares about doing great things in the world. Addressing climate change, poverty, healthcare. And if you were to go back 6-7 years ago, I think, wow, those are some really large, difficult world challenges, and it's going to be hard for us to make a dent in that. Right. Now, if you're coming up with AI and you have this superpower with these AI tools, you know what? All of a sudden, it's you should dream big, because with the power of AI, some of these things that we once thought couldn't be addressed now can, with the power of data and AI at your fingertips. So, learn the tools, don't forget the human element, and give yourself permission to dream big again with what you can actually do to have an impact in the world with these tools. So that's typically, at least what I tell my daughters. So.
Yeah, and I love that you touched on the bit about if you had maybe access to it, if you grew up in a time where there was AI, because I remember when it was first introduced, Microsoft Copilot, we see ChatGPT, whatever the case may be, and I was thinking about it and I was like, wow, I wish I had this when I was applying to university in the United States from Botswana. It would have made my college search a lot easier.
Yeah.
And I feel like that democratization is what is needed. That democratization to access is what is needed.
Yeah, so not only that, think about it this way.
Yeah.
Imagine if, historically you would expect, because of where access existed, the next best startup, the next great idea to come out of probably the Silicon Valley where we are today.
Right.
If you can put these powerful tools in the hands of people around the world, without a doubt, the next great startup or idea may come out of Botswana,
right,
or it may come out of rural India, where you never expected the next great idea to come out with. But when you democratize access and these tools with people,
right,
you're going to allow ideas to sprout like you never could before. So it's super exciting. I mean, I think that, AI is, there's a lot of doom and gloom and it's scary, but if you think about the access and power that it can give to people to democratize just information, and it's you have in your pocket, you have a researcher, an analyst, a marketer, a writer, all these tools. Think about what you can create. Right. That's actually pretty cool.
It is really pretty cool, and I think about that a lot, whether it's, what providing access to people in Ghana or Botswana or India, or wherever the case may be, just that equal opportunity can change someone's life, right? I'm a product of that.
Yep.
And so, I love that we're talking about this. But you made a huge announcement today, right? Work IQ. And so for anyone who missed your talk, talk to us a little bit about what is one thing you want them to understand about like the Copilot special sauce in terms of work IQ.
Fundamentally, there are a lot of AI tools out there, and it's great, and you can use them for a variety of purposes. Yeah. To the extent you want to be using AI inside of your job on a daily basis, in order for that to be effective, think about it. The AI needs to have access to the data that you use inside of your company, your emails, your documents, your internal systems, etc. Taking that data out, if you're an employee, like copying and pasting it into, a chat tool, etc., is not a very safe, secure, responsible thing to do for your company. That data is the company's greatest asset. We built Copilot with this concept called Work IQ built into it, which is that it automatically comes with secure access to your internal data in a way that your company can trust, with memory, with inference on top of that data so that it's personalized. I can be writing an email and it's like, oh, hey, Ryan, remember, a month ago you said something different. It's like maybe let's change your tone a little bit on that or something. So it's a really powerful way to use AI at work. Most importantly, in a safe and secure way that doesn't put your company in danger because you're copying and pasting things out into other random tools. So we're really excited about how we can, AI can do so many things in so many different, vectors of life as it relates to doing work inside of your company. Like Copilot with Work IQ is the safe, secure way to do it with memory, personalization, inference, etc.
Yeah, and I think with a lot of people watching, right, like that security of their data, like when people think about, oh, I'm using AI, do I feel secure using it? And I think that's super important. So I think these tools and you breaking them down a little bit is really helpful. So you also talked about your vision of building a product that people love, right? And they never want to work without. Can you tell me a little bit about how do you use Copilot in your own day? What's one way you use it that you, Ryan, can't live without?
Well, let me try something really quick.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Copilot what Copilot's answer is to that question.
Ooh, okay.
So let's try it, because I use it all the time. So I'm curious what it's going to say.
Okay, let's see what Copilot says.
This is a demo I didn't think I was going to do right now.
I know, this was not planned, so.
Hey Copilot, tell me what I use you for typically on a daily basis.
You usually use me to help keep track of key business metrics, forecast updates, and dashboards. You also often check in on employee milestones, like work anniversaries, so you can send personal messages. And occasionally, you ask for help with internal reports or project-related insights. Does that sound about right?
That's about right. Thanks, Copilot. So one of the first things that I like that Copilot said, thank you for saying that, Copilot, is I get this dashboard emailed to me every day with a lot of the LinkedIn metrics. And it's like, no joke, it's almost like 100 metrics in this like PDF dashboard. And I get it on my phone, and I typically have to like open it up and then scroll in to see these little metrics.
Zoom.
Now I get that email every morning, and I in the flow of the app, there's a little Copilot button on the side. I push it, and I have a conversation with the data. How were our jobs numbers yesterday? How many members joined LinkedIn yesterday? Any trends I should be aware of?
Right.
Instead of me spending 20 minutes going row by row to figure it out, it's awesome to have a thought partner to think through it. That's one of the ways I use it. Another thing that I love, there's this new feature in Teams that's like a meeting recap feature. So when the meeting is all done, and it's been an hour meeting and everyone's been talking, you're like, oh my gosh, what literally happened in that meeting? I can recap the meeting. I can ask questions again about the meeting. It's like, oh, well, Ryan, you said this thing. And I'm like, I didn't really say that. Here's what I said instead. And it's just an awesome way to interact and make you more productive through that. So.
I love that, and I love that you did that demo live for everyone, because y'all, that really wasn't planned. That really wasn't planned. So lastly, right, what's one thing that makes you most excited about the future of AI and Copilot?
When I first took this job to work on Copilot, I was given access to a dashboard, which is, here are the amount of people on a daily basis that use this suite of Office products: Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Teams, etc. my goodness, it's a ton of people that are getting, running their lives, doing their jobs on a daily basis with these products. When we can bring Copilot into the flow of work in these products with Work IQ, with that brain in a secure way, no doubt we're going to make the world's professionals way more productive and successful, which is why I did it in the first place.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much for joining me. And I have to say, I've been loving your vertical videos on LinkedIn. So if y'all want to learn more about what we talked about here, be sure to check out some of Ryan's videos. And also, if you want to learn more about the tools, prompting, you can go to aka.ms/copilot/recommended prompt guide. And you can also go to aka.ms/365 Copilot app. Thank you so much for joining us and enjoy the rest of Microsoft Ignite. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you. Thanks.